Alrighty, guys, welcome back. X-Men 97 Season 2 is finally here. It took a little while, but we finally got it, and they dropped the first three episodes today, this morning at my time. It was 2 a.m., so I have just now finally finished episode 3 because I was not going to stay up that late to watch those three episodes. But here we are, the full breakdown. So sit down, relax, and let's do it. So, in this episode, we have Bishop and Forge who are figuring out where and when, in particular, the X-Men have disappeared to. In the future, 3960 AD, you have Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm, Morph, and Wolverine. Meanwhile, in the past, 3000 BC, you have Xavier, Magneto, Beast, Nightcrawler, and Rogue. And these points in time mark the darkest ages for humanity, dawn of Apocalypse's first reign, and the ultimate height of his power. Forge travels to the future while Bishop goes to the past, and they are both determined to get the X-Men back to the 90s. And as this happens, Cyberhounds finds Forge, and he quotes Beast, and he says, "Oh my stars and garters." Wolverine and Storm find him, and after Magneto ripped out his adamantium skeleton, Wolverine now uses his bone claws, which look very, very cool in this animation. So we get an explanation that Jean and Scott do not want to leave Nathan. They want to help Cable become the soldier he needs to be to defeat Apocalypse, and the trio travels back to the Askani base. The Askani are a psychic group founded by Rachel Summers, the daughter of Jean Grey and Cyclops, in an alternate timeline. So we're getting a lot of these alternate back and forth timeline things. Hasn't gotten fully confusing yet, but it's a lot to follow. Apocalypse tells Ozymandias to take his horsemen and retrieve Nathan. He wants to use the boy as his permanent body, and we know that Ozymandias is the son of the deposed Pharaoh Imhotep and serves Apocalypse as his priest. And Jean is teaching Nathan how to control the technovirus with his telekinesis powers, and Morph shows up to give the kid a break. Cyclops worries that Mother Askani made up the prophecy about Nathan in an attempt to make him feel better about being abandoned by his parents. Meanwhile, Jean wants to tell Nathan who they are and take him back with them. Cyclops tries to convince Mother Askani to let Nathan go, but of course she won't. Nathan then figures out what is happening because he can, of course, read minds, and asks who is Cable. Apocalypse's forces attack, including the Four Horsemen, and after kidnapping Jean, Scott, and Nathan, they head to Citadel. Now, in the comics, the Four Horsemen were, of course, Archangel. We had Abraham Kuros, Autumn Rolfson, and Plague Morlock, being Death, War, Famine, and Pestilence. Forge, Mother Askani, and the others make a plan to save them, and Askani tells Storm that she needs to summon a solar storm. She knows Storm can do it because even in the darkest timeline, Storm leads the resistance to the light. Mother Askani reveals it was her who brought the X-Men through time and space to save the universe. Meanwhile, Jean and Cyclops tell Nathan that they are his parents and that he is truly powerful. Thanks to him, they are able to escape their restraints. The others arrive, and everyone must fight the Horsemen. And Thor shows up too, being transformed using Morph, so it's kind of cool. They're using him as like a little cameo machine. The plan is to leave, but Mother Askani sends them into the Citadel. Their mission may be complete, but Nathan is not. Ship talks to Nathan and joins with his arm. After this setback, Apocalypse plans to strike the X-Men where they are most vulnerable in the 1990s. Present day, we have Cable, Psylocke, and Archangel who are discussing recruitment as they look at pictures of Jubilee and Sunspot. Going into episode 2, we have Monet, Quentin, and Mark who show up at Xavier's school to find it destroyed and they need a safe place to hide. We have Havoc who finds them and takes them into custody. He's working for Val Cooper and the X Factor, and their job is to relocate mutants for their own safety, supposedly, quote unquote. And in the comics, we know that Monet St. Croix, aka M, is a mutant with powerhouse abilities who can also fly and regenerate. Quentin, aka Kid Omega, is a powerful young mutant with telekinesis and telepathy, and Mark could be the mutant that was known for blast energy from his eyes. Cable then finds Jubilee and Sunspot at the arcade. The War Horseman shows up looking for Apocalypse, and this team got a name, and the intro changes to X-Force 97, which is really, really cool. So X-Force is in Rio de Janeiro looking for War, and they capture him, and his memories show him delivering a casket to Apocalypse, but his mind is blocked by a psychic wall made of diamonds. Cable kills War, and then they go to London looking for Emma Frost. She tells them about a cargo that needed to be moved into Switzerland, so they go to Gstaad. There, they find tech used to make the Horsemen into mindless servants, and Warren says is it more advanced than what they used on him. X-Factor is waiting for them, and Polaris captures Jubilee. They're taking her to DC, and Jubilee calls Havoc a knockoff Cyclops, which is kind of funny because depending on what interpretation you see, I understand. And we see that Jubilee is put in a cell with a power inhibitor around her neck, and Sunspot wants to go back for Jubilee, so X-Force makes a plan. We then get Volcano Girls by Veruca Salt playing while Jubilee fights her way out, and X-Force saves the other mutant kids. In the future, Ship tells Nathan to send his parents and the other X-Men back to the present. Going into episode 3, which is the final episode we released today. Until next week, they'll start going to a week-to-week format, being episode 4, then 5, then 6, and so on. We see that everyone from the future is at the mansion with Forge. They're concerned because, of course, Bishop and the others aren't back yet. And then back in 3000 BCE, Saba, Nur, and Magneto are talking about fear. Magneto tells him he can make him a god among insects, and Kandra warns Pharaoh that Nur is coming with his army of sandstormers. General Logos wants to make sure that Nur doesn't gain access to the power that the Pharaoh seeks. And in the comics, we know that Nathan was Rama Tut, Kandra is a powerful telekinetic mutant, and Logos could be a nod to the character that is a bit more obscure. He was a fusion of Lord Chaos, Master Order, and the In-Betweener. The Sandstormers are a group led by Ball, who discovered Saba Nur as an infant. Xavier's concerned that Nur cannot be trusted. Meanwhile, Magneto wants Pharaoh's tech since it could help them, and that Nur is the current first mutant at the moment, not Apocalypse necessarily. Magneto tells the others to take the android parts to Xavier and that he will deal with Nur. He tells Nur to resist his darker impulses in order to save humanity from itself. Logos is captured by the X-Men, but Xavier doesn't want to use his powers on him in case it would further alter the past. Ball doesn't agree with the mercy Nur is showing their enemies and gives them crap for his choices. Magneto thinks they can rewrite the future in their favor with Nur on their side, and Xavier goes into Logos' mind and finds the location of the Temple of the Star Gods. He hears a voice saying, "I carry all the rocks to the eternal show." He is where the end begins, and sounds a little like He Who Remains, which I really, really liked. Ending out the episode, Xavier was in Logos' mind, and while he was there, Nur was found their tech and realized that they've been hiding their identities. Nur wants them destroyed, but Bishop finds them and helps. Meanwhile, the episode ends because we see that Pharaoh sends a surge of power their way in order to destroy Nur. Now, these episodes were absolutely amazing. Literally exactly what you could want from this storyline they're telling with the Apocalypse stuff. And I think that going forward, as we cover these next few episodes in the season, I believe there's going to be 8 or 10. I can't really remember right now, but it seems like that they're going to absolutely nail this. There's a lot of controversy as far as creative teams and different writers and stuff like that, whatever, but it seems like they've absolutely nailed it and that they haven't just put out anything. So it seems like this team knows exactly what they're doing, because I absolutely love this so much. So if you like this video, like, subscribe for more, and comment down below, let me know your thoughts on these episodes and what your favorite episode was they dropped today. And like I said, subscribe for next week because we'll be talking about episode 4.